The King of Fighters 15 has taken the world by storm. SNK's latest fighting game has been very well received by both fans and newcomers to the fighting games genre and is currently having a healthy base of players competing for the title of Best Player. Now, as it is a modern game, the King of Fighters 15 is getting a number of DLC characters added to its base roster. And while we might know the majority of the characters joining the game in its first season, KOF 15 is looking forward to multiple years of support. So with that said, here are my top 10 wanted KOF 15 DLC characters. Kim Cap-1. I have to get this one out of the way. KOF 15 is the first game in the long-running series to not have the Taekwondo Master as a playable character. Kim has always been a fan of mine since Fatal Fury 2, and I would always have him in my team throughout the long years of me playing King of Fighters. In fact, it was the reason why I made the Team Korea back in KOF 94. With his strong sense of justice and rehabilitating former criminals, Kim Cap-1 has always been one of the beloved KOF heroes. Now, who could he team up with? I honestly do not have a preference. He could come back in classic Team Korea with Chang and Choi, as I love both characters as well. Or he could show up with a slightly more surprising team, like one made of his training partner and rival Jun and the highly requested Mei Lee. Either way, Kim Cap-1 should be in KOF 15. Just imagine how his pants will look like with the new game engine. Hinako. If you watch me play the King of Fighters 2002 then you will know this one was coming. Hinako Shijo is a character I would love to see make a return. Introduced in the King of Fighters 2000, this petite, classy-looking young girl is a crazy strong sumo wrestler. She even defeated Yuri Sakazaki when auditioning to join the women team for the King of Fighters 2000 tournament. Her playstyle is a very original combination of sumo moves and super fast movement. Something not to be expected from sumo and grappler characters in fighting games. Hinako's last game appearance was the King of Fighters 2002 and we are hoping that this unique character will make a comeback in the King of Fighters 15 as a DLC character. As far as who she can team up with, it really is a difficult guess. She could join Kasumi and another young female fighter. What do you think? Shingo Yabuki. Shingo, the joyful character who made his debut in the King of Fighters 97, is a fan favorite that we have not seen for a long time. Shingo is Kyo's old classmate and self-proclaimed rival. He would get eventually semi-trained by Kyo and would become a very strong character. His moves mimic that of Kyo, but without flame power, but also much stronger on hit. While this character started as a joke fighter that everyone would make fun of, he quickly earned the respect of fighters around the world and would get invited several times to participate in the King of Fighters tournament. Shingo does appear in the ending of Team Sacred Treasures in the King of Fighters 15 and has an entire manga dedicated to his adventure after KOF 14, where he travels back in time and learns the truth behind the Kusanagi flames. Was SNK approving a manga around him set between KOF 14 and 15 just a coincidence? I do not think so. Much like Hinako, Shingo's last playable appearance was in the King of Fighters 2002 which makes it about time to see this unlikely hero return. He could team up with Saishu Kusanagi or other Kusanagi clan members that we never saw playable, like Aoi and Soji Kusanagi. Wolfgang Krauser, one of the most recognizable bosses of all fighting games. Wolfgang Krauser was an instantly fan favorite since his debut as the big bad of Fatal Fury 2. He is Geese Howard's half-brother and royal descendant of the prestigious Stroheim family. While Krauser is most known as a Fatal Fury character, he appeared as a playable fighter in the King of Fighters 96, part of the Badass Boss team. He did return for the King of Fighters 98 and was last seen in the King of Fighters 98 With Geese officially making the cut in the King of Fighters 15, Krauser's return does not seem far-fetched. His menacing figure and menacing voice, and above all, strong moves, makes us wish Krauser will make his long-awaited return in the King of Fighters 15 as a DLC. As far as teammates, he could team up with his bodyguard Lawrence Blood, as well as Haim, since the latter is on a mission to destroy Geese Howard, and what better way to do so than to team up with Geese's half-brother Krauser. If you're enjoying this list, don't forget to like this video as it will help YouTube recommend it to more fans. Now let's keep going down the list. Takuma Sakazaki. The true Mr. Karate. Takuma Sakazaki is a powerful martial artist feared by all who know him. Takuma is the true teacher of the Kyokugen Karate, the same martial art that Ryo and Robert practice, but currently has been spending too much time managing his Kyokugen barbecue restaurant. Takuma is known for his fast movement, strong attacks, and short jumps. He last appeared as both Takuma and Mr. Karate in the excellent King of Fighters 13. Takuma missed on KOF 14 and KOF 15 launch roster, but appeared in the ending of Team Auto Fighting. We hope Takuma will make his comeback as a DLC either solely as Takuma or as both Takuma and Mr. Karate. It would even be better if he teams up with old senior fighters like Saishu Kusanagi and Shin Gensai. Kasumi Todo, a character that made her debut in the ill-fated Auto Fighting 3. Kasumi is the daughter of the first Auto Fighting game character, Ryu Todo. She is a practitioner of Aikido and Kobo Jutsu, and works hard to stand for the Todo way of fighting. When her father was defeated at the hands of Ryo Sakazaki, Kasumi embarked on a journey to find the person who defeated her dad. She made her first KOF debut with the King of Fighters 96 and later returned for the King of Fighters 99, 2000, 11, and 2002 where she was particularly too strong. Kasumi is a great character with a unique playstyle that I would love to see return for the King of Fighters 15 as DLC, preferably in a team with Hinako, 2 birds, 1 stone, or more like 2 favorites, 1 DLC price. Eiji Kisaragi, a fan favorite since his debut in Auto Fighting 2. Eiji is a powerful ninja from the Kisaragi clan, an infamous ninja clan that existed at least since the Bakumatsu era. Eiji's goal was to defeat the Kyokugen school and has teamed up with Billy and Iori to reach his goal in the King of Fighters 95. Defeated, Eiji would train in hiding for years, until the time of the King of Fighters 11, where he joins the anti-Kyokugen team with Kasumi and Malin. Eiji's moves are fast, flashy, and very powerful. He could come back in a team of anti-Kyokugen Karate again, with Kasumi and maybe Malin, why not? Duolon, a cunning character that joined the King of Fighters series with the King of Fighters 2003. He is the eldest son of Ron, the previous leader of the Hizoku ninja clan. Ron betrayed the clan, killing various members, and joined the Ness cartel for unknown reasons. Since this betrayal, Duolon's reputation with the remaining members declined, as he was labeled the traitor's son. Hoping to hunt down the clan's traitor, he partakes in several jobs as an assassin before joining Ash Crimson to enter the King of Fighters 2003 tournament. Duolon's fight style is unique compared to most KOF characters. His moveset, while looking quite simple and limited, can combine to result in some truly devastating combos and confusing setups. Duolon was particularly strong in the King of Fighters 13, and I would love to see him return for the King of Fighters 15 in a DLC team, preferably with Shen Wu. Both characters made appearance in the ending of Ash team in King of Fighters 15. Lin, another member of the Hizoku ninja clan. Lin was Ron's friend and the one to train all of the leader's children with the exception of Duolon. Lin felt betrayed after Ron left the clan and set on a journey to find the traitor leader. He made his debut in the King of Fighters 2000 and was one of my favorite fighters for the King of Fighters 2002 UM. His fighting style includes fast teleporting limb attacks, poison spitting, and multiple hand strikes. Lin is one of the few characters whose story was never developed enough along with the Hizoku subplot, which is something I hope SNK will address in the upcoming future. He could team up with Duolon and Shen Wu if they are indeed making a playable comeback. Hon Fu. Now this last one has never appeared in a King of Fighters game, but is a memorable character from the Fatal Fury franchise. While many Kung Fu style characters in video games were inspired by Bruce Lee, Hon Fu is the only exception where he's clearly an homage to Jackie Chan. Hon Fu is a detective and a Kung Fu master. He's goofy, funny, but can be very serious when needed. He made his debut in Fatal Fury 3 and was an instant fan favorite due to his style and nunchucks use. His story usually revolved around him trying to catch Yamazaki, with the latter now an official character of the King of Fighters 15 thanks to the Southtown Team DLC. It would make sense to have the Hong Kong cop that made it his mission to bring Yamazaki down make his King of Fighters debut with 15. Plus, having a nunchuck using fighter in a King of Fighters game would sure be interesting to see. As far as who he could team up with, your guess is as good as mine. but maybe he could team up with Hein as the Axe-Geese butler is on a mission to destroy his former employer, who now employs Yamazaki. But either way, I believe Hon Fu will be a fun character added to KOF15. So what do you guys think about this list? Leave a comment, let me know which other characters you want to see added to the King of Fighters 15 as DLC, and what do you think about my choices? Let me know all that and more, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you guys next time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video from Neo Geo Now. Now don't forget to like and subscribe if you have not done so, and I would like to take this opportunity and thank my patrons for supporting the channel and making this content possible. Making daily videos and especially the documentaries and lore episodes takes a very long time and a lot of effort, and being able to get some support for these time-consuming tasks allow me to keep going and strive for more and better content. With that said, I want to give a big special shout out to Michael, Brian Tiard, Fahad As-Suwaidi, Jacques Paul, Berugadono, and Enrique Sandoval, as well as special thanks to Shaka Asamiya, Refugio Robles, Felipe Guimara, Jihao Ju, Muhammad Al-Blushi, Anthony Longino, Burned Retinas, Lily Wong Esmeralda, Goran, and Dangerman 1973. Those of you who are not yet Neo Geo Now patrons, I hope you will check my Patreon page where you can become patrons, helping the channel produce more videos as well as receive special perks that are exclusive to patrons, like early access to videos, exclusive making-offs, and other SNK digital goodies. Link for the Neo Geo Patreon page is in the description below. So until next time, thank you for watching.